Royal feud update: Prince Andrew suffers blow with limited access to King Charles at Balmoral. Prince Andrew has suffered a blow with limited access to King Charles at Balmoral Castle, insiders have claimed. The brothers are currently locked in a feud regarding Royal Lodge, the Duke of York's home since 2003, because the monarch wants Andrew to move out and downsize to save costs. Despite the ongoing feud, Prince Andrew, and his ex-wife Sarah Ferguson, both 64, have joined the King and Queen at Balmoral Castle for a summer break. Sources have claimed that the Duke will not be discussing the siege of Royal Lodge with his older brother, despite being on holiday together in Scotland. Welcome to Royal Pancakes. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell, so you don't miss any news about the British monarchy. They said, Charles does not like confrontation at the best of times and especially when he is on holiday. They are not in each other's pockets at Balmoral and probably only regularly see one another at dinner. This summer the King needs rest more than ever. The cancer treatment has been tiring and it makes him often fall asleep. I can't think of anything guaranteed to make him go off the deep end than to have Royal Lodge brought up. Buckingham Palace announced in February that the King was diagnosed with a form of cancer and would undergo treatment. Prince Andrew is understood to be refusing to leave his home, where he has spent the majority of his time since stepping down from duties in 2019. In June, it was reported he plans to bequeath the lease on the house to his daughters, Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie, after his death. The lease runs until 2078 when it is due to return to the Crown estate. King Charles has two massive problems in his bid to evict Prince Andrew from Royal Lodge, according to Lee Cohen. The royal commentator joined Nana Akua on GB News to discuss what the monarch's next move may be as he endeavours to move his younger brother out of the residence. But two major stipulations are proving to be a massive hindrance for the King, according to Cohen. Sadly, the King has two massive entitlement problems, the Sussexes and the Duke of York, he said. Does he seriously need these problems amid a massive health crisis? It speaks to his best qualities that Charles is being tolerant to the troublemakers in his family. He has been generous to his brother, supporting him financially. He doesn't seem to need a larger house. It seems the best outcome for the Duke of York would be to move to Frogmore Cottage as proposed. Currently he can't keep up with the upkeep of Royal Lodge and pay for security. Cohen went on to express fears over how not being able to remove Andrew from the residence would look on the King. It's not being mean, he said. It's not mean to evict Prince Andrew. It protects the monarchy's integrity and protects it from future damage. It's institutionally ensuring clarity and focus on the roles of the people who are associated with the institution. It aligns privileges with responsibilities and it sets a precedent for accountability by taking a firm stance with Prince Andrew's residencies. It would communicate that no member, regardless of their birthright, is beyond reproach. Charles is said to be considering withdrawing the private funding that covers the estate's £3 million annual security costs. Mooted alternatives include a move to Frogmore Cottage for the Duke of York, where Prince Harry and Meghan Markle previously resided. Prince Andrew looks set to suffer fresh humiliation as the National Portrait Gallery is considering an offer to display a photo of the Duke of York with Emily Maitlis following his career-ending BBC Newsnight interview. The Duke of York was forced to step back from undertaking public duties as a working member of the royal family after his disastrous TV interview with Maitlis aired in November 2019. Andrew gave the former BBC journalist a tour of Buckingham Palace following their interview, unaware at the time of the imminent backlash his answers to Maitlis's grilling would trigger. During the tour, photographer Mark Harrison took pictures of the royal and Maitlis during their walkthrough of the royal residence after the interview had concluded. Harrison has now offered a photograph of the tour to the National Portrait Gallery as a gift. A spokesperson for the institution confirmed that an image is under consideration. They said, The photograph has been offered to the gallery as a gift by the photographer, and the offer is being considered via our standard acquisitions process. A final decision will not be made until the gallery appoints a new chief curator. The gallery may also acquire the photograph and choose not to display it. However, if the photograph is displayed, the Duke of York's humiliation would be preserved in the historic gallery. Earlier this year, Harrison opened up on his experience of watching the interview live as it was filmed. He said, "When the thing got going, my eyeline just remained fixed on the cameraman.